Hi, Oddings. Welcome to Stories with Sapphire. I'm your the Sapphire. If you saw people in need, you'd jump in to help them without a thought, right? Maybe this story will convince you to think before you do.
And now, it's story time. Jessica was a phytologist, or plant scientist, traveling solo on an isolated island. She loved to vacation by herself from time to time and immerse herself in the local culture. She took pride in her ability to feel like a local. One afternoon, after she sunbathed and finished her cocktail, she decided to explore the rest of the beach. The flora and fauna was unlike any she had ever seen before. She came upon a path that was closed off by a sign. Ever the rule breaker, she snuck past the barricade and headed down the unkept trail. After almost a mile, she eventually stumbled upon what looked like a small village. She remained hidden behind the brush as she observed the villagers. They all looked somewhat thin to her. They were walking in a line, carrying various jugs and bowls, and headed deeper into the forest. Jessica couldn't help herself and stealthily followed from a distance. This was the real culture, she thought to herself. This was the stuff she yearned for. Jessica followed the people to a wide clearing in the forest. In the center was a massive tree with a gaping hole in it. The villagers gathered around the tree and began singing and bowing to it. This tree must be important, Jessica thought to herself. It must be their god. Then they each took turns gently massaging their hands on the tree. Its bark was not smooth at all. She could see the bark chipping and cutting at their fingers. Jessica's fascination turned to concern when she saw the villagers now pouring their jugs of water at the foot of the tree. An elderly man struggled to lift his jug and ended up dropping it onto his foot, creating a gash. Jessica watched in horror as the man then placed his foot into the hole of the tree, squeezing his blood into it. Then one by one, the villagers began to dump their bowls of food into the hole. No wonder they're so frail, she thought. They're throwing away their resources for their primitive beliefs. She noticed small fungi growing at the roots of the tree and mysterious flowers emanating pollen like she'd never seen before. Maybe they released some type of mind-altering chemical, she thought as she covered her own nose and mouth with her shirt. She'd heard of trees like this before. It was all too painful to watch. She crept back to her hotel room and devised a plan. Later that night, this time wielding an axe, she snuck past the barricade again. The villagers were all asleep. Jessica quietly made her way back to the clearing to confront the tree. "You will not hurt these poor people anymore," she shouted as she raised the axe above her shoulder. She began to furiously hack away at the tree. But then she stopped when she saw what looked like blood pouring from the crack. She carefully examined the slice she made. This tree had human organs. The ground beneath her began to shake and rumble. The villagers came running out, screaming in terror. "What have you done? You were enslaved to the tree. I'm saving you. We finally figured out how to keep it asleep. You've doomed all of us." The tree violently emerged from the ground, and beneath it rose the rest of the body of a very angry giant, who then proceeded to obliterate the village, the villagers, and Jessica. Don't always assume you are the savior of your story. If you don't want to be crushed to smithereens by an angry giant, like this video and subscribe to my channel. Submit your own stories to storieswithsapphire@gmail.com. For more spooky, supernatural, and spiritual stories, listen to the Stories with Sapphire podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. If you like what you saw and would like to support this independently run show, head over to patreon.com/storieswithsapphire to learn more. Until we meet again, sleep tight.